Hello everyone and happy new year. All the best for 2025. I'm back after a few week break and I guess the most important thing that happened is the release of the 2025 goals for Stuff.io with a big goal of onboarding 1 million users. We're gonna talk about this. They did a space dedicated to that. They did another space about the big 5 publisher. Gonna get into all of this. Let's get started. Before getting into the 2025 goals, the team quickly went over the 2024 year, which was on its own quite impressive when you think about it. They released stuff, so now they can accommodate audio and video. We had Mike's album, some documentary Brother Ditch, for instance. They did a big mobile app update, now it's much better. Hey, we can link our hardware wallet, and now we can sign and have access to our ledger. So that's pretty cool too. Big thing that happened last year is the BookCon. Charles Hoskinson was there. We had the CFO of Ingram, who was super bullish on what Book is doing. And finally, we ended the year with the Catalyst proposal being funded, 2 million ADA to onboard a big 5 publisher. So, we are not at mass adoption yet, but they really put in a lot of work. And I think the most significant one is really Stuff, because now we have the Stuff token, which applies to audio and video. And when you think about all those artists, whether content creators like YouTubers and so on, or more indie artists, music artists, I think there's a lot of potential there. It's the same token with a demultiplied audience or target audience, which is very good. And they also changed the tokenomics so that it wouldn't be like a big inflation at the beginning, but it would be more gradual with a peak of consume to earn after 5 years. Okay, let's open up the goals for 2024. They went through those first. Easy sign up, social wallet creation. Yep, sign in with Google, Facebook. You buy with credit card, it's the goal number 3. It creates your wallet in the background. You don't even need to know about crypto. That is big. About the find and preview media, we put 75% because you cannot preview ebooks at the moment. You can listen to music, you can get some excerpt of audiobooks as well, but ebooks are not yet available. So that's something to complete. What else? Consume media. Yep, every type of media can be handled on the web app or the mobile app. Earning tokens, that's moved to next year. Find invite friends, same. See the media value. Yep, this took months, but it is live. When you connect to your library, you see how much it is worth. I made a video about that. Your Kindle library is 0. Your Stuff library is worth money, and usually even more than what you paid for. So actually, the more you buy, the richer you are. I know, it sounds crazy, but so far, that's how it works. Something interesting they said about that is that at the moment, the bookshelf value is calculated using the floor price of all the assets. But they want to add some more features in there. For instance, take the price depending on the rarity of your book. So if you have a unique cover, for instance, usually they tend to go for a higher price. So the bookshelf value would fetch that precise price. There's still the caveat that it's the price that someone is willing to sell it, not the price someone is willing to buy it. So I think the bookshelf value is inflated to some degree, but we have to work with what we have. Next, sell the media. Yes, with secondary third-party marketplaces. And then send and lend the media, we were not able to do that. So you can see basically, let's say 6 goals out of 10 were completed, and a lot of stuff is being moved to 2025. So 2025, the big goal is to onboard 1 million new users. May seem big for a crypto project, but if you look at it from a Web 2 perspective, it's not so crazy. They talked about their prayer company, Bookshout, which had 6 million users, and it was only books. So, no video, no music, only books. And they even said that they felt like they failed. It was only 6 million users. So really have to pop the crypto bubble and think, hey, you have 1 billion ebook readers. I don't know how many billion of people listen to music or watch videos. So 1 million of that is nothing. They explained that prior company, they worked with the New York Times, Stanford University, Facebook, Microsoft, Google, T-Mobile, and what they would do is to purchase ebooks in bulk and then distribute them. They talked about T-Mobile Tuesday giveaways, where, well, as the name suggests, you would get a free ebook. So they would be the ones, distributing the ebooks for T-Mobile. And what that did is that your T-Mobile client, hey, I get a free ebook, cool, a QR code, something, I'm gonna download it. Okay, but where do you download it? In the app. And so that's how they acquired a lot of users. They said it happened that in one day, they got 250,000 new users. So really have to think like this, that they're gonna reuse the same playbook, do huge giveaways with those big companies that they know because they worked with them in the past, and that's how they're gonna get more and more people. When you think like this, that in one day they get 250,000 people, maybe 1 million users in a full year is achievable. They say that, relationships still exist with those clients. The thing is that they need a lot of content available. For now, not enough stuff. But that's where, the big 5 publisher comes in, and music labels and so on. They said they're in discussion with an artist to do a 1 million unit mint. So, probably DJs are gonna DJs, and it's not 1 million new users. People are gonna buy a ton of it, but it is this kind of scale we are talking about now. We are onboarding really a huge amount of people. We just need the content to bring them in. Crazy to think. A mint with 1 million units is like, the Gutenberg Bible, 10,000 doesn't sell out. About Stuff episode 0, 10,000 sold out pretty fast. But now we're talking 1 million. It's like 100 times more than the Gutenberg Bible. Okay, so then they said that in 2025 have some kind of hidden goal to change the UI and UX to make it more normie friendly. For instance, you could send a book to someone with just their username, and they want to take out some words like wallets, blockchain, because people don't care. They just want to access their content and that's it. They don't care about the technology behind. They did mention though that for people who care, there will be a degen mode to see everything. So I guess it's the best of both worlds, kind of simple mode first. And if you are crypto savvy, then you can switch to a more advanced mode. Okay, now we're gonna go through those goals they listed here. So first of all, onboarding the large publisher. Yep, they got the funding. They got voted. Onboarding of Catalyst started on January 7th. So now it's just a matter of time before it happens. Creator portal. They are working on it. QA testing at the moment, shouldn't be long. It will be a basic version, but it will still require stuff from the get-go. Then preview media. Yep, they need to do it for books. And something I didn't think about, but it makes a lot of sense, is that they also want to use that for people to start consuming before they receive the asset. Let's go back to this 1 million mint. Let's imagine it's not a music artist, but it is a big offer. And do you think the Cardano blockchain will handle 1 million transactions? Before Hydra at least. It's going to take a lot of time, possibly hours. So then you don't want to be a consumer like, hey, I paid for it, I cannot access it, where is it? It's not on my account. So what they want to do is use this preview mode to let you start accessing the content while all the blockchain stuff is happening in the background. And that is very important. Okay, next, consume to earn. They did something similar in the prior company, and what happened is that people were reading more. It makes sense. you get rewarded for reading. But what you have to consider is that, okay, if I read more, then I read more books, and I need those books to come from somewhere, so I need to buy them. So people consume more content that way. And in the apparel company, the points were used to get discount on the next purchase. So it's some kind of a virtuous circle. The more you read, the more points you have. So the cheaper the next book is, so the more you read, the more content you have. So there's also this aspect. We think as crypto people, hey, consume to earn will just flood the market with new tokens. And well, it's a lot of selling pressure. But actually what happens is that, but people need more content. So they will buy more NFTs so that they can earn those points. And then, to be honest, if you look at year 5, I think it's like 50,000 tokens every 4 hours. But if you have 1 million people, like it's 0.05 token per person, something like this. So it's nothing. I don't think there'll be selling pressure from consume to earn. Okay, next, find and invite friends. So they need to work on this with the concept of usernames, so that you can send a book to someone with their username, and also that people will have like profile page where you could see their activity, what they bought, what they sold. It's interesting because you could think, can you do copy trading in that case? You would follow someone who you see has a lot of good activity, is buying the right books. Interesting. Then Sell Media, secondary marketplace. Yes, please. Really waiting for that one because we are talking about books, we are talking about media, and the current third-party marketplace landscape is just JPEGs. And it doesn't handle all the metadata. And they're explaining that, if you publish a book, then the metadata, you need the synopsis, some info about the author, the genre, and that has to show up in the store. So, at the moment, not handled by other marketplaces, so they need to build their own. Then, also, what this will make is to capture the audience in a sense. Imagine you're a normie, and you're being told, hey, go to JPEG store and connect your wallet and whatever. No way. So it's better to keep them captive on the platform they trust, because if they bought a book, they received it, they're able to read it. So that's it. They also mentioned something cool, which is the ability to sell your asset right away. So I guess it would be with a system of collection offer like JPEG, but that's quite powerful. That, I finished reading that book, I can sell it for, $3-4. I click sell and I get my credits. Not sure how they will do it. Maybe they will give you stuff. Maybe just a balance, but you cannot withdraw it. Not sure. There are some considerations there, I suppose. Okay, then sending and lending. So that's pretty straightforward. They still need to decide who gets the tokens when something is lent out. It would be cool if you can decide, like I lend you my book, I take 50% of the tokens you earn, you keep the other 50. And that's also very powerful. Lending is basically the ability to earn tokens for free. You don't need to buy anything, just rent everything, access the content you want, the book you want, and maybe you make some tokens, maybe nothing, but even if nothing, it doesn't cost you anything. So that's pretty cool. So for people who have been on the project for a long time with hundreds of assets, they will lend them out and make a lot of stuff tokens back. Mint and print, entering testing phase, kicking off with Frankenstein, but if Frankenstein works out, any other book is welcome. User pages and leaderboards. So user pages, we talked about it. Leaderboard is to track the activity, like who is the biggest reader, who watches a lot of romantic comedies. Apparently, they have some idea to kind of gamify this. Kind of you would earn some badges depending on the activity you have, and this is to push people to consume more. They took this example of the apparel company where Ben tried to break into the top 10 biggest readers. And he was saying that he was reading all the time. Wakes up, read. Breakfast, shower, then read. Like reading all the time. And even doing like that, he became top 6. And he said that the people who were in front of him were all women reading romance novels, that you have people who crunch through books, I don't know, like that, like every day a new book. They just spend the whole day reading. And when you think that those people will be there, okay, sure, they'll get their share of stuff tokens, but more importantly, they're gonna buy a lot of books. So if you have some romance books, you may be in a good spot. Okay, then social rooms and book clubs, accessible by owning one asset or multiple assets. Normal people will not go to Discord. They want to stay in the app, interact with other fans, and interact with the content creators as well. What was funny is that they gave the example of James Patterson, who writes children books. And I don't know why, maybe it was just random. But James Patterson, he also writes adult thrillers, actually. But he's part of Hachette. Hachette is one of the big five. So not sure if it was a coincidence that they talked about him or not, but here you go. Okay, then there were some questions. M. Bailey's suggested the idea to cross-sell items that that are mentioned in books or you see in videos, and actually the team already talked with another company which uses AI to kind of analyze the content and suggest you something to buy. So imagine you watch a music video and the artist is wearing some cool sweater or something, you get an ad to buy the same sweater. So it's something that they think could be interesting also for sports, because you watch a game and maybe you get an ad to buy the jersey. And this means that you as a consumer, you can buy stuff that you find interesting because it's directly related to the content you're watching. So it's very targeted, and it's good for the business because of course they will get a commission on that. There's a question from Banat Violet saying, hey, is it a good investment? What do you say to investors? Answer, all first assets are from the early days, and as time goes, they become more and more collectibles. So Gutenberg Bible, probably in pretty good spot. I think there's a consensus that the Monster series, the first series as well, with this first AI vibe, will get very good collector status. 10,000 Gutenberg Bibles, 1 million people coming in. If you get a discount on most books because of the Bible, then imagine people who read like a book per week. So 50 books per year, I don't know. It's a lot of discount we can get with the Bible. There's also a question like, when 60k ebooks are published, what happens with less known authors? So this, they couldn't really answer. You may be unknown, but hey, you can go on Discord, talk with the community. You can do your own marketing, or you can use the marketing that will be available on the platform. So there's always a way to find people. They went on to say that, hey, if you have 1 million users and Frankenstein is 1,000 copies, we will have additional pressure on the original assets. Same thing with stuff. Creator portal and chat room will require stuff. So the more people you have, the more pressure you have. And as they add creator portal, then social clubs, it's new utility to the token, so more intrinsic value. Okay, then question from J. Mary, if the team had plans to be more visible during conventions. And actually we learned that they're already very present here and there. Josh already did a presentation in the publishing industry. In the publishing industry, they are known. People know about Book.io. Now they talk with the music, sport and film industry. So they go around, just more not like public facing, but more like industry specific events. So they're already doing that work, although they're thinking of having a team dedicated to that. And what they mentioned is that they had good success with smaller conventions, targeting a specific genre. That's what they did with Queen Loftis. It was a young adult romance convention. They got super good questions from people, and we got some of them coming on Discord and buying books. So it works, it's very efficient. Okay, so that was about the goals. Then very quickly, it's also the tech wrap up. So we're gonna go through the bullet points. What did they do? They released the bookshelf value, 1,500 bookshelves are active at the moment, so quite a good number of users. They re-enabled the token swap page, so if you have the old book token, you can swap it still. They fixed some bug on the music player, which would not remember your position after you switch back and forth with other apps. They got rid of the wallet verification step, so now you verify once, like you link your wallet once to your account and you're done, and that's really good. Then Creator Portal View 3 enhancements are in progress, testing. They are working on Parliament update to be able to get out of the queue. Very, very important, they finally allocated resources to the EVM books. There was an issue with the smart contract which made them vulnerable. So now they will enable a way to swap them for new assets. They said it's a two-step process. One step is done. Hopefully it won't be too long. They're working on integration with JPEG Store to get their collections verified faster. I don't know what's the point of verifying, like, to be honest. No scammer is able to publish a new fake book IO collection every day. I don't know. No, I put the links on Discord in the policy numbers channel. So even if it's not verified, you know it's the right one. I also put the links to WayUp, JPEG Store just this week. I don't remember which mint. Like nothing was showing up for I don't know how many hours. I know it happens quite regularly, unfortunately. Go to wayup.io. Wayup.io, it's much more responsive, and they have cheaper transaction fees. I mean, service fees. Okay, Mint and Print, they're testing now with Ingram. They did some mobile bug fixes. For instance, now you can take a screenshot of your bookshelf, which was not the case before because they wanted to do some anti-piracy features. And then Guillermo teased us about an exciting stuff with the mobile team. He can't say what it is. In the next week or two, there'll be the announcement. He said it will be a huge improvement on how to consume media across platforms. So for me, it's quite obvious. It's just that now it will remember your position, whichever device you're using, to be linked to your account rather than your machine. That's how I see it. Okay, so 2025 goals, 1 million users. Can they do it? Yes, they will do it. There'll be 1 million users, and we'll have consume to earn. Secondary marketplace, I think this is a thing that would come later in the year, but would be really important. So when you think about it, those 2025 goals, let's say they do half of them, because that's what they did last year, yeah? So onboarding large publisher for sure. Creator Portal, it's coming. Consume to earn, secondary marketplace, Mint and Print. With this, we're already so much forward, on the path to mass adoption. It's gonna happen. They talk with an artist who wants to drop 1 million units of her song. 1 million. So what kind of pull that artist has that they think they can sell 1 million units? I don't know, but this year is gonna be crazy. Another space they held earlier last year was about bringing a top 5 publisher to Cardano. I'm gonna say it right now, they didn't say who the big 5 is. So if you want to skip this segment of the video, go ahead. Otherwise, I'm gonna get through my notes. It's quite a lot, so get ready. So they explained 70% of books go through Big 5. So whichever Big 5 they get, it's gonna be a lot of books. Big 5, their business is to trade IP rights. They buy smaller publishers in hopes that whatever this small publisher is doing will blow up. Imagine AI is all the rage. Big publisher buys small publisher specialized into IT or even AI, and they hope that they're gonna sell a lot, make money. In 2007, they were involved, so the book team was involved with HarperCollins, one of the Big 5. In late 2009, they did Bookshout, and then they had to go to the Big 5 to get the licensing rights, to be able to give the ebooks, to sell the ebooks. Sell the licenses to the ebooks, and said that HarperCollins was first mover. They have a history of being experimental. So maybe HarperCollins will be this Big 5. And then it took them 4 years to get Penguin Random House, and that was just a normal licensing deal, like bread and butter, normal stuff. 4 years. Now imagine blockchain stuff. Sounds tough. Just quickly, some time ago I asked Grok who are the big five and know which offers they have. So just to go to HarperCollins and Penguin Random House. So Penguin Random House, J.K. Rowling, Dan Brown, Margaret Atwood. But J.K. Rowling, Dan Brown, no need to introduce them. HarperCollins, Neil Gaiman, millions of copies sold. Veronica Roth, over 30 million copies. Harper Lee, over 40 million copies of To Kill a Mockingbird. So if it's one of those two, even HarperCollins, which may be less known, I guess, they still have some very heavy hitters. All right. Basically, doesn't matter which big five it is, all have big offers with them. Now, they're in talks with the big five, more like marketing discussions. Now they're getting deeper, which book to sell first, which big offers to promote. Because, hey, 60,000 ebooks, you're not gonna have one book per day. It's gonna be a bunch of it, so they'll need to select which ones to put forward, to highlight. They also are thinking about kind of a bundle where you buy a physical book from this big five and you get a redeemable NFT version of the book. And that will be an excellent way to onboard new users because, hey, I bought my physical book, I have it. The ebook is just bonus, but hey, why not? Maybe I want to have it on my e-reader. So hey, you scan the QR code, you get on book.io, and here you go, you are a new user. They said that they use Jonas's as an example on what to do on the marketing side. Jonas's published 5 or 6 books with book.io, and it's like a series, so if you hold some of them, you get discounts, then you get an airdrop. And Jonas's is, I think, USA Today bestseller, so Big Five know him. Then next, they explain that there are lots of legal work involved. Some big offers actually want to try book, but they don't own the rights to their book. So, a lot of talks happening about that. There was a random idea, this is more for stuff, of having all NBA season games as an NFT, and so that people could rewatch historic games. Imagine you love Michael Jordan, Chicago Bulls, in the 90s, you own the full season. Yeah, you could have it in VHS and whatever device you need to rewatch that. But you could have it as an NFT, and there's a lot of potential with sport as well. And FYI, Stadia, apparently they got the Catalyst funding as well. Stadia, the marketing/innovation sport company, working with I think like Dallas Mavericks, maybe Chicago Cubs, the Yankees. I don't remember all of them, but Juventus from Italy. So they have big connections, and they're gonna leverage Stuff.io to sell memories, memorabilia, basically. And this is also another vector to getting more users. At the moment, working hard on Creator Portal, they confirmed everyone, big or small, big five or no name, you will need Stuff token. They're still ironing out the details for the big publishers because can they have Stuff token on their balance sheet? How does that work? A bit complicated, but it doesn't change the fact that the big five will still need Stuff token for every asset they're gonna mint. 60,000 ebooks, I don't know, 1,000 units per book. That's 6 million NFTs. I don't know how much they're gonna ask. I don't know. $1, $2 per book. I don't know. But hey, it's a lot of buying pressure. They confirmed that when you use the Creator Portal, the price will be in USD, and you will need the equivalent in Stuff tokens. At the moment, they're working to move forward with Catalyst and the publisher. Now it's just lawyers talking together. What was interesting to me was to learn that the big five have such a strong grip on the market that they're not allowed to talk to each other. So what's going to happen is that whichever big five it is, they're going to come out and say, hey, I do the new generation of ebook. I connect my authors with my readers. My readers can sell their books. Hey, they get rewarded for reading. And basically all the other big five will be like, what? Like surprise, and then the dominoes fall. And if it is successful, and I believe it will be, then all the big five will jump on this. And then Book.io catalog will be huge. To be everything, basically. They went on to say something that was interesting as well, that publishers' labels, they're overseen as kind of evil, like middlemen taking a lot of money from the artist. But they wanted to emphasize that they also offer services, like editing, copywriting, protecting the rights, yes. The marketing, they can handle social channels as well. So if you're a creator who just wants to focus on creating, then it's good to have publishers or labels doing all this peripheral stuff. What is also cool that I didn't think about is that those tools that they're gonna put out, those marketing tools, will also be used by those publishers on behalf of their creators. And those marketing tools will also require Stuff Token. So it's not only like, hey, I'm an independent author and I want to send a message to all people who are reading this type of book. And I do that once to tell them, hey, you like sci-fi books? I wrote a sci-fi book. Please look at it. It's not only that, it's big machines, big corporations, handling thousands of different IPs who will see how they can optimize their sale, because it's their job, not authors trying to maximize and get a bigger audience, but corporations who have much more knowledge and capabilities. All right, Ben and Josh said that they've been in the industry for a long time, but it was never that easy to meet with the big five top executives. Conversations are positive. It was a bit tough during the bear market with FTX and so on, but now crypto-friendly administration in the US, new SEC head, this new California law. I think I have it somewhere here. Yep. Hey, this is Amazon now. By placing your order, you're purchasing a license to the content, and you agree to the Kindle Store terms of use. So you're not buying. We still say buy now, but at least there's a disclaimer. So yeah, this new law in California that they cannot tell you that you're buying a book, but you're buying a license. This is in effect, and a lot of big entities are talking about this. And truth is that only book and stuff are compliant at the moment, because the other ones, they sell you licenses. So big competitive advantage for stuff. Then something kind of like an anecdote, I feel like, but they're trying to get Charles Hoskinson and this big five CEO together to make the announcement. And I was like, why? But then I thought about it, and what Stuff is doing is making Cardano the media blockchain. And it makes sense to have Cardano's founder, using his reach to advertise that. And I think it's pretty cool because it's a real case scenario. And I didn't think about it before, but what kind of repercussions will that have on Cardano's image, reputation? Because, crypto degens, tribalism, Cardano Ghost Chain, peer-reviewed, 1 TPS. Well, those degens, they are that tiny. When we get 1 million normies coming in, and they're like, out of this, some people will say, hey, it's blockchain, what blockchain it is, and it's Cardano. They're not gonna think peer-reviewed whatever. They're gonna think, hey, it's cool. It allows me to own my media and to sell it and to make money. And maybe they will invest in ADA. And something really interesting, I believe, something that goes beyond just this one company. Okay, then we went for questions with the audience. Wizard Team asked what was the big five reaction when they learned that Catalyst funded the proposal. They're super excited that funding was secured. They really want to do this. They just had to put the financial hurdle to protect themselves. But the team didn't go into details about Cardano Catalyst system because those people, they barely know what blockchain is. So not gonna confuse them with this. So it was not really advertised. But something that they added though is that some publishers or labels, they do know about Cardano and they want specifically Cardano because it's proof of stake. And when you're a publisher and you chop down trees to print books, you're not super eco-friendly, yeah? So you don't want to add proof of work blockchain on top of what you already do to the environment, yeah? So that's, 10 points for Cardano. Then there was a question from, if it moves, I'll trade it, saying that, hey, I have a publisher friend, but they're not tech savvy. How do we onboard those people? Like, do they need to buy stuff? How do they do it? So the answer was that at some point, Book will put in the contract that they will custody the tokens for them, or they're still thinking about it, they could buy an amount upfront and then have a balance on their account, and as they mint, the balance depletes. They're talking with companies with companies that have regulatory licenses to do exactly that. Because hey, if you start selling tokens directly, then you become an exchange, and why you don't want to do that. So there's that, and something pretty cool. They went on to say that they're thinking about spinning a layer 2 for storage, not to rely on IPFS, but to have creators participate in the decentralization and get rewarded for it. And I think this makes a lot of sense because, very simple example, hey, I make YouTube videos, all those videos, okay, they're on YouTube, but I do have copies of them on my external hard drive. And if I was a Stuff.io creator and I would put stuff on Stuff.io, then I would still keep my own copy. So why not share it, host it, so that my viewers can also watch them and I get rewarded for it. I think it makes a lot of sense. Then Yude gave a shout out from the Balkans, asking if there would be BookCon next year. Not BookCon, but probably StuffCon. Not in spring, but in fall. It was a lot of work last year, so this year they would hire a third-party company to do it, and they would do possibly like one media per day. One day books, the other day videos, the other day music, something like this. So start saving, because the next book StuffCon will be a multi-day event. Skyfox talked about this video of Mark Cuban talking with Jon Stewart and explaining, hey, if you have book as NFTs, royalties are paid on secondary sales and so on. But Mark Cuban said that it's done at small scale now. So question, how to move to large scale? They didn't really answer the question. They just said that maybe we'll see it towards the end. Royalties, and then he talks about music, and basically, Ben said, hey, Jon Stewart talks about music because music has this problem. Everyone knows that. It's kind of red pill moment that you can own your stuff and you can add the transparency of the blockchain to it. And I guess, what Ben says, that it moves way faster with the music side than they expected. As I said earlier, talking with an artist with a 1 million unit mint. Crazy. And how do you get to large scale is, it's on the blockchain platform, so on Stuff.io, to meet the audience where they are at the moment. They're not gonna learn how to open a wallet, Web3, how to connect, how to buy tokens. What they know is that, I can buy something with credit card. I can create an account with username, password. And okay, all my media is there. I can also access it on my mobile device. It's like this. They added that Cuban doesn't want to shield projects because apparently he got sued heavily after FTX, So now he's very careful. But once the Big Five is unveiled and it becomes public knowledge, then he should be more vocal. And so that's good too, because hey, he did publish a book with Book.io. Maybe he's gonna push his own book and more people will come. Question from Crypto Billy. How about marketing services for authors? So at the beginning, the creator portal is just putting the asset on chain. But they do plan to add some enterprise marketing services. For instance, hey, you like this author, I write something similar. So all the people who own this author's books, I want to send them a message. Remember, you have an inbox in the mobile app. So they'll do something like this. And they added that what also may happen is that third parties create their own tools. Because how do you know who owns that book or that book? It's because you query the blockchain and it's public. So here, there's a business idea. If there are any developers in your ranks, build marketing tools. How to query the blockchain, how to find the target audience. And maybe you can do that for creators. And you would buy the stuff tokens for them. You would have your own account. There's an idea. Then, if an author already has a book, like how long does it take to do the blockchain version? As long as the author owns the rights, 3 to 4 hours to convert the EPUB to a DA. It's pretty fast. Then they gave an update on Stuff.io. On the music side, they talked with 3 of the biggest labels on the planet. So probably Universal, BMG, and another one. They explained that blockchain stuff happened with music in the past, but it was garbage, they got burnt. But that being said, the music industry is still believing in blockchain. They said that one of the executives of one of those labels said the future of music is blockchain. So they know it's gonna happen. It's a certainty for them. Now they look at the landscape, and who is able to do that? Who is able to transform their music, songs, albums into blockchain assets? I only know Stuff.io. I know some other people try to like streaming or royalty fractionalization, but just taking a song, putting it on the blockchain, and that only the owner can listen to it, as far as I'm aware, it's only Stuff. And so then, imagine your music label, you're not gonna learn about blockchain and hire I don't know how many people to set that up. You have a company who does it. And what they ask is just a percentage of the sale. So even, if you sell a lot, you pay them a lot, but you make a lot of money as well. If it doesn't work, then you don't waste anything. Probably sometimes the lawyers managing the IP rights and so on. But it seems like smart business choice to go with Stuff.io. And when you think that they will have a Big Five, okay, it's ebooks, but it's also the media industry. You have another multi-billion-dollar company saying, hey, yep, that works, that makes sense. You also have Rio Karef, advisor for Book.io, ex-CEO Vivo, very involved with music. So it's gonna happen. It is gonna happen. I don't know when, but it is. They said that the other issue with music is that it's very opaque. Who owns the rights, who gets the royalties, intermediaries, and so on. So blockchain will add transparency to that. They're already working on an initiative to launch with a huge label. They already picked the artist, and they plan to do airdrops. So maybe you buy the album and then you get, I don't know, some B-sides, maybe some behind-the-scene footage. So they're already talking. So when they say that it's moving way faster than expected, looks like, what are we waiting for almost? They went on to say that vinyl is the number 2 money generator in the music industry. So people want to buy music. but it's just not every people. It's rather the real fans. And that would be the audience of Stuff.io. And I guess we could extend it if we tell people, hey, you buy, but you may get some extra content as well, or you can trade and make money. So some other arguments there. They explain that on book, people already buy ebooks, and so that's direct competition with Kindle. But on the music side, there is no way to monetize your audience. And one big label asked them if artists can give away Stuff tokens. For instance, you buy merch or you buy a concert ticket and you get some Stuff tokens. That would be pretty cool, good way to onboard people. I mean, I say Stuff tokens, but to be honest, I'm not sure if they meant stuff in general, like maybe pictures or B-sides and so on, or Stuff tokens. So just want to put that little thing here. Yep, and that is it for this space about Big 5 publisher. We don't know who it is, but still some good information in there. Now let's go quickly over the latest releases. The most interesting one, in my opinion, was the Litio Must Flow. This is partnership with Zengate Global Palmyra project to bring on the blockchain real-world assets. It's a 15-minute documentary of their time in Argentina, I believe, in lithium mines, and a look at this industry. It was super cool because if you had a good, I think, or About Stuff episode 0, you get the discount just free ADA. And that is how it should be. You watch a video, 15 minutes is alright for content, and free ADA you watch, and that's it. And they sold half of it, so 750 copies or so. Interestingly, the floor is above mint price. Travels of Marco Polo, very low amount, only 150 copies. And you start seeing those weird prices with decimal point because it's pegged to USD now. So let's say 15 ADA with the discount. The offer is 22, so it's 50% profit. Floor 38, looking good. Farewell to Arms. A bit surprised this didn't sell out. 74%. It's Ernest Hemingway, pretty known offer. And the covers were pretty cool. Here we are around the mint price. And then we had on Friday double mint Notes from Underground from Dostoevsky and As a Man Thinketh, James Allen. Both 200 copies only, both sold out, and both offers above OG price and floor above OG price as well. Of course, ADA fluctuates during that time, but if you think only in ADA terms, then everything is holding. So I think we are now past that people buy because they want to buy, they want to read. There's not so much trading happening, I feel like, unless maybe the Gutenberg Bible. And on that note, just very quickly, I don't remember how many Gutenberg Bibles we have until we reach the 1K floor. It was like 30, something like this. If you have 1 million new users, I don't know how many thousands of content creators, and the Gutenberg Bible does something for them, then it's gonna be crazy. Especially if Book.io creates their own marketplace and you can buy the Gutenberg Bible like normies can buy it. Not financial advice. But I'm thinking something that would make a lot of sense, I hope the team thought about it, is that, hey, you have Gutenberg Bible, you publish your ebook, creator portal, you get a discount. Hey, why not? You're a long-time supporter. And that would add value. Because hey, if you're a content creator, you release every week, every month, every few months, a lot of units, then actually you're gonna save money. Like you can tangibly measure how much money you save by holding a good. Of course, this is full speculation on my side. I just see the opportunity there. Last but not least, let's talk about the Stuff tokens performance. This is the Stuff USD chart, minus 15% on the 7-day, around 1.5 cents. It's similar to what ADA did. This is a weekly chart of ADA. You can see minus 14% on the weekly. So stuff is just being pretty stable in ADA terms. Yeah, you had a great run up together with ADA and then kind of choppy. Still good. If you bought the super dip 2 months ago, you're up 2x. So nice trade. What is interesting as well is the number of holders. We are past 11,000. I'm pretty sure last time I did the video was like 10.5, 10.6 thousand, something like this. So it looks like we got a lot more new holders. I guess it's the Catalyst proposal that brought a lot of attention to Book. One thing I want to mention is this tweet from Yure, CryptoTem. So talking about Gala, which was an ETH token, I think, in 2021, and showing what was the performance of that token. That you can see, this is January 9th, and this is November. So in 10 months of bull run, like first in 3 months multiplied by 23, in 9 months multiplied by 88, I mean 8 months actually, and then at the peak multiplied by 566. 566. And I'm gonna stop making price predictions because people are holding me onto them. I understand. Things I have no idea what the price is gonna be, but I do hear in crypto about those crazy tokens that go like 100x. I mean, I remember those in 2021. And now it gets me thinking, can stuff do it? I know it's a lot of tokens out there, maybe, but hey, we would certainly be in a very good place if you had 100x. So I don't know if it's gonna get there. I'm just saying, as demonstrated here, that some tokens do go crazy. And if this is not a killer use case, I don't know what is. Not financial advice, trade responsibly, don't invest more than you're ready to lose, and so on. In any case, my bags are packed as always, and I delegate to the Stuff pool, and that's also great because Stuff pool, you get your ADA rewards in Stuff tokens plus 10%. So it looks like Stuff is holding like 1-to-1 with ADA lately. So it's 10% bonus on your rewards. And if Stuff outperforms ADA, then it's even better. And that's it for this week. This was a lengthy video, a lot to unpack because 2025 is gonna be very busy. And I'm sure there'll be more and more to tell as the year unfolds. 1 million users, they can do it, they will do it. This artist 1 million unit drop. That tells you everything you need to know. Those giveaways they were doing with T-Mobile, getting 250,000 new users in a day. So it is gonna happen. Let's just enjoy the ride as always. Thank you for watching, take care, and see you next time.